Gun violence is rising across the nation, and the Bay Area is certainly not immune. Locally, we've noticed an alarming trend. Many of these cases involve teens and younger children. Crime Tracker 10's Hand takes a deeper dive into youth violence in your area and the simple thing you can do to help stop the violence.
An argument between groups of teens leads to a Memorial Day shooting in Siesta Key. In March, a 9-year-old girl was struck by a stray bullet in Tampa, a bullet fired by a 15-year-old boy. Shootings involving kids make headlines, but are difficult to track. According to FSU Associate Professor of Criminology and former FBI agent Bryanna Fox, there's a few reasons why.
Number one, the national data on crime usually lags at least a year behind. The second thing is it's very difficult to get a hold of data that's on juvenile offenders.
The only way juvenile-involved shootings are tracked is at the local level. So we turn to sheriff's departments in each of the counties we cover for data. As you can see, several counties said they did not track or could not process this data for us. And most that did, there was a slight drop in teen-involved shootings from 2020 to 2021. Hillsborough, our most populous county, saw the most juvenile-involved shootings in the last few years, with 56 in 2020, 52 last year.
Across all different types of crime, the most prevalent age group is teenagers and young adults.
Studies show an age crime curve. The bulk of all crime is committed by people between their mid-teens and mid-20s. Fox says as people age, there's a natural drop-off in committing crime as many people get married and have stable jobs. But there's another reason juvenile gun violence persists.
The second thing we see is that there's a broader availability of guns and there's more of a market for guns.
According to FBI data, last year 1.4 million firearms were sold in Florida, the highest number of any state except for Texas, which sold 1.6 million.
Research on gun crimes overwhelmingly suggests that the biggest predictor of gun violence is access to guns.
One way to curb this problem is by limiting access to your gun.
So many people leave their guns in unlocked vehicles, parked in their driveways, parked on the street. The other thing is if they see somebody who's saying something that may look like a risk factor, make sure you take it seriously and report it.
As mentioned earlier tonight, Tampa's new police chief, Mary O'Connor, says addressing violent crime is one of her top priorities. The city and police department are actively working on summer programming in hopes of keeping kids and teens busy and out of trouble.